What's up everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. It's time for another episode of 7 on Sunday. Today I am going to be once again doing a pretty popular topic that you guys seem to be enjoying, underrated songs for insert artist here. And today that artist is none other than my second favorite band, a band that I owe so much to just because their music has always brought me so much joy, My Chemical Romance. Fitting perfectly with the theme of the video, I want to thank our sponsor, the Killjoys Amino app for My Chemical Romance fans. It's an awesome community. You guys know I've been sponsored by the Amino apps in the past. They just launched this one for My Chemical Romance fans. If you want to go check me out on there, I've already posted a couple of things as you can see up on screen here. I am posting, links to my Chem related videos on there. Username ARTV if you'd like to find me. It's a cool place just to, if you've got fan art, if you want to talk about specific things, it breaks it down to specific band members. If you want to talk about Gerard Way, Frank Iero, that sort of thing, or their new solo projects, whatever it may be. It's an awesome place to come together as a community and chat about various different things. If you'd like to download the app, it's completely free. It's available on, obviously, the iPhone, because everyone's got an iPhone, or the Android as well, because we're showing you some love as well. It's those top two links in the description down below. Download them, add me at ARTV, and see what it's all about. Without further ado, let's go ahead and kick off the countdown. Keep in mind, these are just my personal picks for underrated songs. I understand that there's other underrated songs out there, and no, I'm not going to be including any of the singles or anything like that, because some people are like, sometimes, John, whenever you do these videos, why didn't you talk about I Miss You by Blink-182 whenever I did that? Or why didn't you talk about American Idiot by Green Day whenever you did that? These are underrated ones, guys, not songs that everybody knows. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start off our list. Ooh, I love the opening guitar riff on this one. It's so loud and, dare I say, venomous? This is one that really cuts in. It's got some wild, manic vocals from Gerard Way on this one. I love the way that it builds up into the chorus. Thundering drums from Bob Breyer, an excellent punk-leaning performance almost from him, really just thrashing behind the kit, and I love just how out of control and spiraling it feels like. It's kind of dark in a way, some screams kind of overlaid, like almost shouting, I should say, and I love that that comes across still with a cohesive theme. Somehow he's able to tie it all together with the vocals, the story that's going on here, and the musicality of this track is just unparalleled by a lot of its peers. I feel like some people do know about this one. This is why I'm putting it lower in the video if I do put these in a specific order, but I do feel like it's one that deserves more love because I don't hear people talking about it. Maybe it's a bit too hard for some people's taste. I know a lot of people that aren't as into their first album. I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. It is probably my least favorite album from them, but there's still a ton of great songs on there, and I see this song, Thank You for the Venom, as being one that really carried over that energy from the first album and didn't totally do away with their sound. They just put a new spin on it. The stuttered guitar pattern that opens up this song is fucking fantastic. I love this song to death. You guys know that The Black Parade is one of my favorite albums of all time. Such a great concept record, but you can listen to these songs in their own right as well. They stand tall on their own, and The Sharpest Lives is a huge one there. I love and recommend listening to it back to back with This Is How I Disappear because they sound phenomenal whenever pieced together. The guys are absolute geniuses for putting all of these songs in just the perfect order. They flow so perfectly. But The Sharpest Lives really does a great story of talking about just somebody coming home, maybe in like a drunken mess. Maybe they're going through a really rough patch of their life or a breakup or something like that. And then it's got this really kind of dark, ominous vibe to it, especially in the lyrical content. And there's some lines in there that really stood out to me. I mean, I love the part for some reason wherever he's like, drop the dagger and lather the blood on your hands, Romeo. And just kind of how nonchalant his vocals seem and almost a little bit happy, like he's trying to kind of have a manic feel to the song, and it totally works. They nail the vibe on this one. Easily one of my favorite My Chemical Romance songs. Next up, we have Save Yourself, I'll Hold Them Back from Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. I was looking at putting more songs from this album on the list just because I feel like that album is really, really underrated as a whole, but I narrowed it down to just two choices, and the first of those that we're seeing today is Save Yourself, I'll Hold Them Back. It does kind of fit in with the story's theme. They're in the desert, the Killjoys, obviously, that's what this amino app that I was talking about today is named after, kind of their fan base named themselves that, and I like that. The Killjoys, that's awesome. Killjoys, make some noise. And Save Yourself, I'll Hold Them Back is one of those songs that was odd for My Kim. It was different, but it saw them taking on kind of a grittier rock vibe, and I really, really enjoyed that. I didn't really see them doing this in the past. Comes through with kind of a clean opening guitar, and then they get more and more into it, and then Wai's vocal performance on this one is just really unique to the album, I would say. It's something that I really find myself enjoying more and more, especially once we get to the chorus. His voice kind of soars, and if you've got the time, the way he sings that in the final refrain there, if you've got the time, you motherfucker, it always caught my ear, and I know it's something that not everyone knows about, so I highly recommend it.
It gives the weak side, it gives the blind side until the cops come or by the last light. And for the last night I lie, could I lie next to you?
My next pick is a really cool one because I feel like a lot of people don't exactly know what the song is about. The JETSET Life Is Gonna Kill You. That's the title of this song, and it's really talking about Gerard Way, the leader of this band, and his addictions, his demon in the past. And I like that it kind of personifies these addictions like he's talking to a girl, a woman, and maybe in a relationship, a bad relationship. And it took me a long time. I actually had to read into it a little bit more before I finally understood that this wasn't about a woman or a reckless relationship. He's actually talking about a drug issue that he had before Van's Warped Tour, I think 2005, sometime around that time. He was starting to realize that he had to get himself clean from these alcohol problems or his coke addiction, whatever it may have been at the time that was really weighing him down. And it seems like he's really just releasing a lot of that energy on this track. I like how intense it is, especially during the chorus. There's a huge, vivacious spirit about it there. I love that. But it's a little bit more subdued whenever those verses roll around. It starts off slow and has a big build that you really don't see coming to it.
This is sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. Well, if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to you.
I think 2016 is really going to go down as the year that I truly fell head over heels for Disenchanted off of the Black Parade. I'm not putting as the most underrated just because I feel like the song does get love, just because it's a part of the Black Parade. That's their most well-known album, it seems. At least most people would probably agree with me there. But Disenchanted is one that comes near the end. It starts off slow. It has that acoustic guitar. I even myself back in the day would skip this one. I don't know why. I didn't feel like it felt with the vibe of the album, but it totally does, and I love the patient, the protagonist, obviously, of the Black Parade's overarching theme in this story. He's really just kind of looking back at what he's done in his life, and I love lines like, "It was the roar of the crowd that gave me heartache to sing." A lot of people seem to know that line, but don't even know what song it came from. It's Disenchanted, and if you are not listening to this song, you are missing out big time. Guys, seriously, this song has it all. It starts off with Wai's incredible vocals on this track. I love the way that this song just feels overall, and then it has that kind of big roaring chorus that kind of lifts you up. It makes you feel good, but it's also kind of a sad song because he's talking about all these things that he's seeing, and as a result he's disenchanted. He's kind of jaded on the world and doesn't know how he feels about these things. He has all of these memories, but were they really good memories or not? And it kind of ends on a slow fade with just that guitar, and that kind of begs the question, like, was it all worthwhile? Did I accomplish what I wanted to in this life or not? And that's what makes it such a compelling tune. Seriously, enjoy the hell out of this thing. Could listen to it over and over again. And if you guys have never checked it out, maybe you've even listened to the Black Parade, didn't give it some attention or some love, definitely do so now. You were wondering, when is he going to talk about bullets? When is he going to talk about bullets? Here we go. Head First for Halos. This is one that obviously doesn't get enough love. Their first album in general needs to be checked out by more people. I don't want everyone to think that I for some reason hate this album, because that's not the case at all. I think it's still a very fantastic release that I enjoy a ton of songs on. It's just that their other material is just so stellar that it's hard to look at this and hold it in the same light. But Head First for Halos really showed early on that they had a knack for writing a damn catchy song. Seriously, the choppy guitars on this thing, it has you a little bit fooled with the intro on it. Kind of slow, a little bit misleading there, but then it kicks in. I love it. I think it sounds fantastic there. And obviously, the guys knew what they were doing. They were starting to get, I guess, more into the alternative, I would dare say, almost pop punk leaning stuff on this. I'm not exactly sure what most people would classify Halos as, but this is one that really just showed off early on that this band was going to be huge. And what do you know? The next album blows the hell up. Why didn't this song though? Why didn't this album? There's a really embarrassing video of me somewhere on YouTube. I'm not gonna be the one to link to it, but I did a music video fan thing for this song and Na Na Na. I think it got copyright restricted in some countries, but maybe it's available where you live and you'll get lucky, because holy shit, I can't even watch it. But Bulletproof Heart though, that's a great song. The way this song opens up is so epic. I love it. It's like we're coming through some sort of haze and we're like, oh, we got a bulletproof heart, and it just really starts to cut into it. And this is not your typical My Chem stuff. Obviously, Danger Days was a huge step to a different direction, and I love that they were able to pull it off so well. Bulletproof Heart has been one that I have been preaching to people for years. I'm like, oh, you've heard My Chemical Romance, but have you heard Bulletproof Heart? The guitars on this track are absolutely riveting. I think they do a fantastic job of transitioning out of that intro into the beginning of the song before we get to even the chorus. I really think they stand out from the pack. That and even the drumming on this was very unique. I like that it kind of opened up with that delicate guitar, like I said, coming through the haze and then moving into several different stages. And then the chorus on that thing is just a monster. It changes up, tells the story, and the song evolves as it goes. And whenever a song can do that, you know that you're onto something very, very special. And that's why this song holds such a special place in my heart. Swear to God, I didn't even mean to make the heart reference, but I hope you guys enjoyed my video on underrated My Chemical Romance songs. Be sure to leave some of your choices for underrated picks for the band in the comment section down below. Thanks again to Killjoys Amino for sponsoring us today. If you'd like to download for free, it's the top 2 links in the description down below. Don't forget to smash the like button on the video today, guys, to let me know that you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel, because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed. If you'd like to check out my top 10 My Chemical Romance songs or the last episode of 7 on Sunday, click those little links right below me. And other than that, you can find me on social media, linked in the description, and I'll see you very soon right here on Beyond ARTV.